The Welsh Government have been brilliant in supporting Stonewall Cymru as the organisation with an all-Wales remit to make sure that lesbian and gay people have a voice in policy making. And quite quickly after I joined as director, we put together a new business plan to offer advice on education, employment, crime, community, and make sure lesbian and gay people were included in consultations, and also we had a media project. And on the basis of that plan, the Welsh Government gave us increased core funding so that together, this tiny organisation, one full-time member and 2 part-time staff, with the backing of the Welsh Government and also Stonewall in London, were able to fulfil this enormous remit. In 2004, Stonewall Cymru were invited to become standing invitees to the cross-party Equality of Opportunity Committee at the National Assembly of Wales. And this was a fantastic opportunity for this tiny organisation to be there at the table to bring research evidence and stories of everyday incidences from lesbian and gay lives to bear on the making of policy in education and in employment and in health. So there's real life stories and the research evidence. And with us around the table were representatives from the Equality of Opportunity Commission, the Disability Rights Commission and the Commission for Race Equality. And what was so important was that we all understood how inequalities intersect. So we were able to talk about gender in relation to sexual orientation and ethnicity and disability interactions, and we very much supported each other in trying to help that committee promote equality across all the policy areas. In 2005, Stonewall Cymru, with the backing of Stonewall, were able to produce a lot of information and literature to explain to people the workings of civil partnerships, both to employers and also to lesbian and gay people themselves who really weren't clear about benefits that civil partnerships could convey. But I also remember being really moved by phone calls that we had from people who were terminally ill or whose partners were terminally ill, and who were worried that they weren't going to live long enough to be able to hold their own ceremony. And we were able to talk to them and advise them that they could, in certain circumstances, get dispensation so that they could hold a ceremony a little bit before the actual official start date. So really important work, I think, and very moving and important for the staff to be involved in those momentous changes that civil partnership brought. I just want to say something about the Lookout project, which was funded by Comic Relief and was in place before I joined the organisation. But it very quickly made us think about how we could engage lesbian and gay people with media. There was quite a lot of nasty representation of lesbian and gay lives at that time, particularly in the press in Wales. So we built a bilingual website, and we encouraged people to give us feedback on their experiences, not just of the media, but also goods and services. So they acted as mystery shopper and told us where they were being badly treated in health or in education, or told us stories about being bullied at school. And we were then able to take that information and present it to policymakers and say, look, this is what's going on in people's everyday lives. But also we provided a way for people to complain, not only to us but directly to the media where there was bad representation, and people's voices had a huge impact, and there were a lot of press who understood quite quickly that lesbian and gay people and those who just believed in equality weren't going to put up with very negative and unfair portrayals, and that they were going to lose readers and viewers if they carried on behaving in such a kind of ignorant fashion. So we launched Diversity Champions in 2005, and the Welsh ministers offered to host the event at the Senedd, and the Welsh Government and Cardiff University were the first employers in Wales to join, quickly followed by South Wales Police, and all 3 of those appeared in the top 100 index in the following year. So that's the index of best employers for lesbian, gay, bisexual people. And I think they did so well in that first year because of the equality duty already in Wales. Many of them had been thinking about what was the workplace like for lesbian and gay people and how could they promote equality. So they really engaged with Diversity Champions very quickly. It was a great time to join Stonewall Cymru for me. I'd just finished my PhD research, which was looking at the experience of lesbian and gay people in the workplace. And so it was brilliant to be able to put that directly into practice with employers in Wales who, because of the equality duty, in fact, had already been looking at trying to add sexual orientation onto their existing diversity policies. But because the employment regulations were coming in, I could be involved with the Welsh Government in negotiating our thoughts on those, and also employers really wanted to know what the workplace was like for lesbian and gay people in their preparation for ensuring that they brought the regulations, the employment equality regulations in 2006. So really exciting time, and just enabled me to use the knowledge I've acquired from research in actual practice.